Good morning and welcome to Pope John Jr. Lion Lacrosse. And with apologies to William Shakespeare, it is in fair Verona where we lay our scene today. And fair Verona it is, a beautiful morning here in Verona, New Jersey, where the Pope John Jr. Lions will take on Verona Lacrosse. Mike Formisano here, calling today's action. Pope John at a perfect 8-0 this season, looking to finish out the regular season with 9 victories against 0 losses. So they will be taking on a Verona squad today, and then for the semifinals tomorrow of the Greater Morris County Tournament, that will be back at Pope John, New Jersey, in Sparta, as they'll be taking on Heritage. But first things first, let's go over the roster for Pope John today, and we will start with number 2, Aiden Hicks, followed by number 24, Andrew Jessamaria, number 7, Connor Clifford, number 23, Dante Lamb, Emilio Bronco, number 33, Evan Wanamaker, number 1, Frankie Spagnola, number 8. Number 39, Johnny Pippa. He's 39. 35 is Hayden Marshall. Jack Seeger is number 3. Johnny Kranga, number 21. Justin Barella, number 10. Kellen Nelson, 22. Matt Riley is 12. Michael Formisano, number 13. Michael Morelli, the goalkeeper for Pope John, is number 15. Nick Boyanowski, number 32. Ronnie Ziegler is 42. Ryder Gerval, number 25. Sal Diarco, number 5. Steve Leonard, number 20. Ty Plotz, number 44. Victor Fiore, number 4. Zachary Cash, number 6. The head coach of Pope John is Kristen Vosa, as Dante Lamb wins the opening draw, and he passes it off. Shot on goal, saved by the Verona goalkeeper, and he will take it, pass it out to his defenseman, number 19. Pope John in their road blue uniforms trimmed by gold and white. Verona in their white uniforms trimmed by maroon and gold. So Verona has it behind the net now. That's Matt Riley on him. Now back out to the right wing to number 10. Defend him. Back behind the net it goes. Goes around the world to the left wing. Now to number 1, looking for a shot. Number 10 back outside, now rolling to his right. They can't seem to penetrate the Pope John defense. Number 10 on the right wing, going towards the corner, taking the outer route. Now cutting back in towards the net. It's swiped loose by Plotz, and into the crease it goes, where Morelli will recover. And Pope John will take possession. Good defensive play by Plotz, but the pass is over the head of Gervald and out of bounds. So the ball will go over to Verona. Pope John 8-0 on the season, looking to finish their regular season at a perfect 9-0. Now, number 26 steps out of bounds, Verona. So Pope John will take possession. There's Dante Lamb racing up the near sideline, trying to get towards the goal before the defense can get back. Here's Lamb. Pass to Marshall just off his cross. And the goalkeeper for Verona will take over. Number 27 for them. Ball's loose on the turf. There's Johnny Kranga. Over to Connor Clifford. Clifford will pass it up to Lamb. Lamb up top as Pope John will start the offense. Lamb, number 23 for Pope John. He's got number 1 on him. Lamb rolls to his left. The shot on goal. Wide left and to the back fence and out of bounds, but Pope John will maintain possession as they were closest. 7:32 to go, opening quarter. Pope John and Verona, no score. Here's Johnny Kranga on the left, passing it back to Lamb. Dante Lamb with it now, coming in on number 1. Takes a stumble, recovers, down to Fiore. Victor Fiore passes to Connor Clifford. Clifford back to Fiore up top. Fiore gives it to Lamb. Now over to Kranga on the left, on the far sideline. Pope John going left to right in your screen. They're in their blues. Now over to Marshall. Marshall on the right. Intercepted by the goalkeeper for Verona. And they'll look to pass it out. All the way downfield, number 44. It's out of his reach, however. And it rolls towards the far sideline. Trying to scoop it up. He's having trouble doing so. You got Riley, and he pushes it forward and is able to scoop it up. Good defensive play by Matt Riley. But it's intercepted as he passes it towards Dante Lamb. Now Fiore recovers, and Fiore races up the sideline. Fiore with the pass. Over to the wing. That looks like Jack Seeger. Now over to Kranga. Johnny Kranga, number 21. Waiting for Plotz to get out of bounds, so Pope John can make a substitution. Now Plotz comes back in substitution of Fiore, and so does Ryder Gervald. Pass over to Plotz. He didn't know it was coming towards him, so now he recovers and is able to go ahead and take the ball. Pass all the way down low to number 3, Jack Seeger. Seeger on the near sideline in the corner now, looking to try and make a way toward the goal. He's got to get past 2 Verona defensemen. Seeger will turn around. Pass in front to Marshall. Hayden Marshall with it now. Marshall will give it to Kranga. Kranga motioning for Gervald to get in closer toward the net. Kranga on the left wing. Passes across field to Plotz. Plotz with the shot. Saved by the netminder for Verona. And he'll dish it downfield, but it's out of the reach of the midfielder. And the ball's on the turf. Verona trying to recover. Matt Riley will scoop it up. Second time for him, and he passes it off to Lamb. Dante Lamb charging down the far sideline. The pass to Marshall. Marshall with the shot. Saved by the netminder for Verona. It's loose, and the shot by Pope John goes out of bounds. And it looks like it will be Verona ball. Good action here in the first half of this first quarter. No score at this point between Pope John and Verona Lacrosse. Mike Formisano here calling today's action. Thanks so much for joining us. Seeger knocks the ball loose from number 41, and he's got it, so Pope John takes possession. Here is Kranga. Kranga on the far sideline. Back to Plotz. Ty Plotz with it. He have the red helmet. Now over to the golden helmet, Connor Clifford, him and Evan Wanamaker with those golden helmets. Jack Seeger, number 3 now, behind. Seeger motioning for the offense to roll out. He goes to his left, the pass in front to Plotz, the shot saved by the netminder for Verona, number 27. He's been strong in net early on today. Now the pass out to number 10, and he charges up the field, down the middle. The pass over to number 7, the shot on goal, wide right, and out of bounds. Verona will maintain possession. Clock down to 4:13 to go. We are at Freedom Field in the Township of Verona, New Jersey. No score between Verona Lacrosse and Pope John. I asked around and looked up to try and find a nickname for them. They just go by Verona Lacrosse. I even asked a player from one of the younger teams. He said sometimes they're known as the Eagles, sometimes the Badgers, but it depends on the different team. They don't really focus on it. It's just Verona Lacrosse, so we'll go with that. So Verona, number 7, on the near sideline, will roll back behind. Number 32 for Pope John on him. Pass back to number 17. It goes all the way down the field. Plotz looking to recover there. Now the ball's loose. Picked up by number 10 for Verona. Number 10 racing in the shot. Saved by Michael Morelli. And it goes towards the sidelines. Now number 17 with it for Verona. He's on the far sideline. Gives it over to number 1 up top. Dante Lamb on him. 1 racing in, trying to get towards the goal. He'll pull it back. Reverses course. It goes back to the upper top position. Over to number 10. 10 being defended by Connor Clifford. Verona making a change. Number 1 out. And it looks like number 10 or number 26 is in for Verona. Back to 10. 10 will roll around Plotz. The shot way wide left, and it goes out of bounds. And Verona will maintain possession. 2:48 to go. First quarter. No score between Verona and Pope John. This is the last regular season game for Pope John. They are a perfect 8-0 on the season at this time. Looking to finish at 9-0. And then tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 at Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey, it will be the Lions taking on Heritage in the semifinals of the Greater Morris County Tournament. Please join us for that. The other semifinal will be Del Barton versus Mendon Borough. That will be tomorrow as well. And then the winners will play off at Del Barton High School on Thursday, May 25th. and we'll have more specific times later on. Here's Plotz trying to take a shot. It's knocked loose of his cross. Number 17, Lamb pushes him off the ball so Clifford can recover. Good play by Clifford. Now out to Kranga. Johnny Kranga with it. Kranga will roll to his left, knocked out of his stick. He picks it back up, however. Passes it back to Lamb. Dante Lamb with it. Lamb's got Clifford on his right up top. Kranga on the left wing. Plotz on the right. Marshall and Seeger down low. Here's Clifford with it. Clifford with the pass to Seeger. Seeger back to Plotz, just out of reach of his stick. And as he throws it up into the air, it's picked up by Clifford, but only briefly. Now over to Plotz. Plotz has it up top. Plotz with the pass to Craig and the shot. Deflected down by defense for Verona. And number 27, the goalkeeper, is able to smother it. Passes it back out to his defenseman. There's Craig trying to knock it loose. Verona racing up the sideline with less than a minute to go. The ball's loose. Now picked up by number 1 for Verona. He'll take it back up top. The pass over to number 17. 17 to 26. The shot on goal. He scores. 17's able to find the top portion of the net right underneath the crossbar and past Morelli. And Verona takes a 1-0 lead. 44.4 seconds to go here in this first quarter. And Pope John is trailing for the first time in a long while. 1-0 Verona over Pope John. So Lamb will take the draw against number 30 for Verona. We are at Freedom Field in the township of Verona, New Jersey. Just outside of Livingston, Madison, Milburn area. Lamb wins the draw. Takes it over the 45-yard line and now down on the right sideline. He's got number 30 all over him. Lamb will take it towards the net. Looking to go behind, and he does so. Lamb looking for an outlet, gives it to Kranga. Kranga racing in. Kranga with the shot. It's deflected, and it goes out of bounds. Pope John is closest. They'll maintain possession. I think they got part of his stick as well as he was trying to make the shot. Clock's down to 19.8 seconds to go. Possession actually did go over to Verona, so the defenseman passes it back to the goalkeeper, number 27. Looking to pass it downfield. Home run pass all the way down to number 10. It's just out of his reach, but he gets a piece of it, so he's able to recover. Here's 10 over to 26. It's out of his cross. Picks it back up. Now it's loose. There's Javald. Javald with only a half second to go, and there is the horn for the end of the first quarter. So, Verona takes a 1-0 lead on Pope John after one quarter, and we head to the second with Pope John trailing. 1-0 Verona. We'll be back with second quarter action from Freedom Field right after this. Okay, so we're in the middle of a break, and I get a message here from Linda Javald saying no sound. Can someone confirm for me online whether or not we have sound coming through? Hey, what's going on? Hey, listen, I got a message on the screen saying no sound. Do you hear sound coming through? Can you please check?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a message saying I have sound. Okay, never mind. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right.
Bye.
Thank you for that, Nicole. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. If sound does go out again, please let me know. Welcome back to Freedom Field in the Township of Verona, New Jersey. For Pope John Junior Lion Lacrosse, Mike Formisano calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful, a little bit overcast, but perfect weather-wise and temperature-wise Sunday morning here in Verona, New Jersey. Pope John feeling the effects of possibly a game yesterday against Somerset Hills in which they won 8-5 as they've had a slow start here against Verona, and they trail 1-0 heading into the second quarter. Some of that has to do with the goalkeeping of Verona as well. The goaltender has been fantastic so far. However, Pope John usually able to go ahead and pour on goals in the first and second quarters of games to try and set themselves up with a lead, and they've not been able to do so today at this time, so we'll see if they're able to make certain adjustments. Coach Vosa getting his team ready for the semifinals of the Greater Morris County Championships, but I'm sure they'd like to go into that with a 9-0 record. Oh, Dante Lamb will take the draw. Pope John now going right to left on your screen in their blue uniforms trimmed by gold and white. Verona in their white uniforms trimmed by crimson and gold. And there's Verona who wins the faceoff. There's number 30 racing up in the field. The shot, he scores. Number 30 is able to put it into the back of the net right off the draw. So what Dante Lamb has been famous for doing this season numerous times, Pope John has it happen to them right now, and number 30 is able to put it in the back of the net just 7 seconds into the second quarter. And Verona leads 2-0. So Pope John getting maybe their fiercest test of the regular season so far. Down 2-0. Remember, they were down 6-1 to Del Barton in the first game of the season. It came all the way back in the second half to actually late second quarter. And then in the third and fourth, they were able to put Del Barton away with the last 5 goals of the game. So they were able to come back in that game, also defeating Del Barton at Pope John on May 3rd. Here's Hayden Marshall behind the net. He'll pass it off to Seeger. Pope John trails 2-0. Seeger will roll around, pass out to Kranga. Kranga coming in on goal. The shot off the post. Oh, Kranga, who was ringing iron numerous times last week, gets snake bit once again today. Here's Seeger behind. He's being defended by number 19. Seeger looking to come in. It's knocked loose of his cross. He picks it up. He'll turn back to his right. Pass over to Kranga. Kranga on the left wing. Gives it to Gerval. Gerval back to Lamb. Lamb has it up top. He's got Plotz on his right. Lamb looking to rush in. Goes to the right of number 30. Now the pass to Marshall just out of his reach. And it'll roll out of bounds. And possession goes over to Verona. 10-minute quarters here at Freedom Field in Verona, New Jersey. No more Shakespeare references today. Again, my apologies to William Shakespeare. My wife is the expert on that, so I'll leave it to her. Ball goes all the way down the field. It goes to number 7. Nick Boyadowski, number 32, all over number 7 as he comes in. Goes behind the net. Now to the left wing. Boyanowski staying on top of number 7 there. Pass across to his wing. Goes out of bounds. That was number 17 intended for. And so Pope John will take over with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Pope John trailing by a deuce. 2-0 here at Freedom Field. Here's Lamb. Lamb racing up the middle of the field. Past one defender. Now gives it off to Kranga. It's deflected down by number 4. And there's Plotz who'll pick it up. Ty Plotz on the near sideline now on the left. Looking to race in. He's got defenders around him. Number 1 takes a swipe. Plotz will pass it off to Lamb. It's tipped. And it goes over to Ziegler, who has his stick knocked out of his hand. We got a whistle. And the possession is going to go over to Verona. So here's number 26 with the pass out to number 7. Number 7 is able to capture it in the middle of the field. Looking to break in. To the left now to number 17. 17 has a Fiore on him. The ball goes to number 30. Wanamaker's on him. Wanamaker swiping at it, trying to get possession. It's scooped up briefly by Matt Riley. Now he'll try it again. Riley's able to take it over. He's got two defensemen on him. Fiore. And we got a timeout on the field by Pope John with 7 minutes remaining. 7 minutes to go. First half, Pope John takes a timeout, and we do as well. 2-0, Verona leads over the Pope John Lions. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Verona, New Jersey at Freedom Field, where Verona Lacrosse leads the Pope John Lions 2-0. Mike Forbesano calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us here on this beautiful Sunday morning. Now switching over to afternoon in northern New Jersey. So Pope John trailing this game 2-0, looking not to blemish their perfect 8-0 record with this last regular season game. They're going to have to work for it. Here's Kranga going up the far sideline. Now, knocked out of bounds by number 1 for Verona, and Verona will take possession. .6:51 to go, second quarter. On the referee's whistle, number 17 will inbound it. Referee's telling Pope John to back up 5 yards. They can play it in. The ball falls out of his cross. It goes out of bounds. A big break for Pope John, and so they will take over possession. Now here's Kranga. Pass it back to Fiore. Victor Fiore with it. Over to Kranga. The one-arm catch there on his cross. Very nice. Goes out of bounds, however. The pass does, and so possession will go right back over to Verona. Pope John not looking as sharp as they have in recent games. And we will see if that turns around. Here's number 27 for Verona. We'll go ahead and throw it down the field, but to nobody as it goes. Well, actually, briefly, it is out of bounds. Okay, so they went ahead and they took possession. It went towards the far sideline. Stuff to see here. Number 7 for Verona was able to take it, and I think they called timeout immediately. So another timeout on the field. 6:23 to go here, second quarter. Verona leads over Pope John 2-0. We'll be back for the remaining portion of the first half right after this. And welcome back to Freedom Field in Verona Township, New Jersey, where the Pope John Lions are looking to come back on Verona. The Lions trail 2-0 with 6:23 to go here in this second quarter. Teams making their way back on the field. It will be Pope John possession to start. No, I'm sorry, it will be Verona, as the ball had gone towards the out-of-bound lines, but Number 7 had gone ahead and recovered, and then they called a timeout. So Verona will start. There's number 1 with it. Plotz is all over him. 1 races towards the middle of the field. The pass in front of 0-0. The shot way high of the crossbar, and it goes out of bounds. But Verona will keep possession. Number 13 on the back line now. They'll bring it in. Pass to 0-0. 0-0 looking to roll back out. He'll go to his left, now to his right. Looking to break in on the net, but Krang is defending him there. He got Riley on the other side, so he can't find his way in. He's knocked down by Plotz. The ball's loose. It's on the turf. Plotz scrambling for it. Got 2 Verona players as well. Ball pushed towards the center line. It's still loose. We got a whistle and the infraction against Pope John, and so Verona will take over. Tough battle for Pope John as they are in the thick of it right now. Plotz swipes the stick away from number 26. Ball's on the turf. Riley is able to scoop it up. Great play by Plotz, knocking that stick clear loose of number 26. Game's getting physical at this point. We've got number 7, gives it over to 26. 26 recovering his pole, and he'll give it over to number 10. 10 on the left side. Plotz racing towards him. Plotz takes another swipe. Now another. Ball's on the turf again. 0-0 can't handle the pass. Now it's loose on the turf behind the Pope John goal towards the far corner. Goes towards the back line and out of bounds, and so possession will be with Verona. 5:04 to go, second quarter. Verona leads over Pope John 2-0. Pope John, who has been used to scoring goals in bunches this year and hitting double digits for most of the season, is having problems today cracking the scoreboard. Here's number 7, pass off to his wing. Number 13 now back to 7 behind the net. Over to number 1. He's got it in his cross on the left side, looking to fire. He can't get a clear shot, however. Now he shoots, saved by Morelli, and it's loose. He's got it right on the goal line, and he smothers it with his net. Good play by Michael Morelli to keep that one out and keep the score 2-0. Now here's Jack Seeger up the near sideline. Seeger's got Wanamaker to his left, trying to get around 3 or 4 defense for Verona. The ball's loose. Wanamaker just drills one of the Verona players. He's still down. Wanamaker going to the middle. Over to Plotz. We got an eye and out of referees blow the whistle as the Verona player still down. Number 13 helping him sit up. Coach is over to check on him. Number 26 back on his feet. That's good to see. Gets a round of applause from the audience. 4:10 to go. Second quarter. Verona leads over Pope John 2-0. Mike Formisano calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us here at Freedom Field in Verona Township. The last of the 9 regular season games for Pope John. They are 8-0. They will head towards the semifinals of the Greater Morris County Tournament tomorrow afternoon against Heritage with either an 8-1 or a 9-0 record. We'll see what happens in the next 40 or so minutes. So they're going to give Pope John possession towards the far sideline. 4:10 to go, second quarter. Coach is talking to the referees. Now the Verona coach will head back off. I think he wanted a penalty for that hit against number 26. Didn't get it. Wanamaker just drilled him right into the turf. And it's good to see that he's okay, but well, it was a hard hit by Evan Wanamaker. Here's Plotz. They'll pass it in to Seeger behind the Verona goal and to the far corner. Clock's running, 3:58 to go, second quarter. Pope John down by a deuce. Here is Seeger. He'll roll to his right. Got Crank on the left. He'll dish it out to him. Johnny Crank at number 21. Over to Lamb, 23. Now to Plotz. Knocks off his cross, but he's able to recover as no one's around him. So no harm, no foul. Now to Marshall. Hayden Marshall Back low to Seeger. Seeger behind the net. Racing in, gives to Kranger the shot on goal. He scores! Johnny Kranger finds the top right portion of the net. And Pope John is on the board. It's 2-1 Verona. Kranger's goal comes with 3:30 to go in the first half. Johnny Kranger, first goal for Pope John today. And Verona's lead is cut to 2-1. So we'll see if that provides any kind of momentum boost for Pope John. Kranger firing that shot to the upper right portion of the net. Nothing that the goalkeeper, number 27, could do about it. So face off at midfield. It'll be number 30 for Verona and Dante Lamb out there for Pope John. 3:30 to go. Second quarter. 2-1. Verona leads over Pope John. Here's a face-off. Lamb struggling for it. It's on the turf. He's able to scoop it up, but it's knocked clear of his cross. And now you have number 5, Sal Diarco. He gets it forward to Hayden Marshall. Ball still on the turf, however, and it's picked up by Verona. Now to the goalkeeper. It's out of his reach. However, no Pope John players around. You've got Craig who's coming in there. Ball's loose. It goes over to the goalkeeper now at the 41 for Verona. 41 will pass it downfield. Now number 7 has it on the left side. Nick Boyanowski on him, number 32. 7 comes in, the shot deflected. Now it goes over to number 13. 13 has it. The pass out in front, defended there by Boyanowski and Diarco. Number 1 has it for Verona. On the left side, plots all over him. Now the pass to number 17. Down low to 13 for Verona. Matt Riley on him. 13 coming back up top. Gives it to 17. Ryder Javal defending him. Number 1 with it for Verona. Out to number 10 on the left side. Far sideline. He looks to race in. Does a 360 around the Arco. Now comes back out with 2:20 to go. Plots on him. Gives him a bit of a cross. The pass out of the reach of number 13 and out of bounds. It'll be Pope John possession. So the Lions looking to turn around momentum here and boost some of their own off the Kranger goal. That offensive mojo they've had most of the season has been clear away today. It has not been with them, so we will see if they can get a hot offensive streak going. Here's number 13 racing around Riley. Comes back to his right. Over to number 10 on the right side. To 17 for Verona. Now to number 1. The Arco on him. Takes a swipe. Now a second. Number 1 looking to come in. Plots all over him. The shot. He scores. He had 2 defensemen on him and was still able to get enough of a shot off to get past Morelli. And so Verona goes up 3-1. Number 1's goal comes with 1:50 to go, second quarter. So the momentum off the Kranger goal is stunted for just a little while as Verona is able to get their lead back up to 2. 1:50 to go, second quarter. Lamb will take the draw at midfield against number 30 for Verona. Midfielders setting in position. On the referee's whistle, they'll go. And here we go. Number 30 loses it to Dante Lamb. And here comes Lamb charging up the middle of the field. It's knocked loose of his cross, however, and there's number 1. So Lamb, who's been brilliant on those rushes all season, just couldn't find a way to break through there as the Verona defense just swarmed around him. And that's what they're doing right now. Ball's on the turf. They got a bit of a scrum going. Both teams having trouble picking it up off the turf. It finally goes over to Lamb. Here comes Lamb, the shot. Saved by the netminder for Verona. Now it's Luce Seeger trying to pick it up. It goes over to Verona and back to the goalkeeper, who will pass it downfield to number 1. Number 1 makes the catch. Pass midfield into Pope John territory. 1:05 to go. Number 1 coming in. Plots knocks into him. We've got a whistle on the play. We're going to see which way we go. I think we got a timeout on the field. So, 1:04 to go here in the second quarter. We got a timeout. 3-1. Verona leads Pope John late second quarter. We'll be back with the remainder of the second quarter right after this. Welcome back to Freedom Field in the Township of Verona, New Jersey. For Pope John, Junior Lion Lacrosse, 7th and 8th grade. Mike Formisano here, calling today's action. Thanks for joining us. Verona leading Pope John here on Freedom Field, 3-1. It's a nice complex here in Verona, New Jersey. You actually have over in the distance, you've got Liberty Field, which is a baseball/softball field. And they were playing earlier today. And in fact, I think Pope John 5th and 6th graders were playing against Verona in the early game here in Lacrosse. And the 5th and 6th graders for Pope John won 5-4. They were up 5-2, and then Verona scored a couple of late goals, but they were able to hold off Verona, and Pope John was able to capture the victory. So we're looking to see if Pope John, the 7th and 8th grade squad here, can come back in this one as they're down 3-1. With 1:04 to go here in the second quarter. So they'll inbound the ball. There's number 1 with it for Verona. It's knocked loose of his cross. Plotz trying to recover. He also got Diarco in there as well. Plotz takes it up. However, he's going to be called for an infraction, and Verona will regain possession. 56.3 seconds to go here. Second quarter. Pope John looking for a late goal in the last minute. They've got to get possession back from Verona to be able to do so. Here's Plotz trying to knock it loose, and he does. But it rolls over to number 17, who scoops it up. Boy, and Roddy Ziegler on him, number 42 for Pope John. Ziegler tried to knock it loose. It's deflected by Plotz. Goes over to number 1, however, for Verona. Plotz on him. Now to pass to number 10. Diarco defending him. Number 10 rolling in. He's got a clear lane. Coming in on net, the shot. He scores. Number 10 able to put it past Morelli. And so that goal that Pope John was looking for to cut it to 1 has eluded them. Instead, it went to Verona, who's opened up a 4-1 lead. 28.4 seconds to go here, second quarter. And Verona jumps out 4-1 on Pope John. Faceoff will be taken by number 30 for Verona and number 23, Dante Lamb, for Pope John. Changes in the lineup. Ziegler off right now. Now Clifford coming out. So you got Diarco and Clifford at midfield with Lamb. Here's the face-off. It's kicked back towards Pope John territory, but gives Lamb an opportunity to recover it. So here's Dante Lamb with 22 seconds to go in the first half. Lamb coming up the field and passes to Kranga. Kranga jumps up, gets that pass. Kranga slows it down. Now looking to break in. The shot on goal. He scores! Johnny Kranga finding the bottom right portion of the net, just inside the goalpost. A big goal for Pope John, and they've cut the lead to 4-2 with just 10.4 seconds remaining on the clock. So Kranga rips one past the goalkeeper for Verona, number 27, who's played stellar so far today. And Pope John with their second goal of the game. It's now 4-2. Here's a face-off. Won by Lamb. Lamb charges up the field. They're going to see if they can get another one. He's a pass to Marshall. Marshall with the shot. Saved by the netminder. And it goes towards the sideline. And with 1/10 of a second, the clock stops. And they're going to call the horn right now, and there it is. So that's the end of the first half. Oh, big goal by Johnny Kranga to make it 4-2. And Dante Lamb and Hayden Marshall almost made it 4-3. But a big save by the netminder for Verona keeps the score 4-2. Verona over Pope John. And we are at halftime. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with second half action here from Freedom Field in Verona Township, New Jersey, right after this. Welcome back to Freedom Field in Verona Township, New Jersey. For Pope John Junior Lion Lacrosse, Mike Formisano here, calling today's action. Thanks so much for joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. It started in the morning at 11:30 or 11:20 and has gone over past noon now. It's overcast, but beautiful temperatures, 65, maybe 70 degrees, perfect spring weather. But not so perfect is Pope John in the first half against Verona as they are trailing 4-2. But a big goal by Johnny Krangle with just 10.5 seconds to go at the end of the first half cut the deficit to just 2. Well, Pope John looking to make their record 9-0 as they head into the Greater Morris County Championships starting tomorrow. That's at 4:30 from Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. They will take on Heritage. Meanwhile, in the other semifinal will be Del Barton against Mendham Borough. The winners will play on Thursday, May 25th, at Del Barton High School for the Greater Morris County Championship. So, but first things first, Pope John looking to find a way to come back in this one. Down 4-2 to Verona as we start the third quarter. Pope John in their blue uniforms trimmed by gold and white. Traveling left to right on your screen. Verona, their home whites trimmed by crimson and gold. Here we go. Let's do it for the second half. Here comes Dante Lamb with a burst of speed up the field out of Marshall. Marshall with the backhand shot. He scores! Hayden Marshall with a beautiful backhand shot. Puts it past the goalkeeper just 7 seconds into the second half. So what Verona did for the second quarter, going and scoring with 7 seconds into the second quarter, Pope John gives it right back to them in the third. 7 seconds, and Marshall scores with the assist from Lamb. It's now 4-3 Verona. Those face-offs are so big, and when you have a centerman like Lamb who's able to win those draws consistently, and here's another one. Lamb charging up the field to Marshall again, but he can't handle it. It hits the turf. He gets knocked over, however, and draws a penalty. And so Verona will take the infraction. Pope John will get the ball back. Gervald will start it in. 15 seconds in to pass to Marshall. He handles it after it hits the turf. Now it goes over to Seeger. Jack Seeger behind the net. Seeger coming in at a 41. Pope John already looks like they have a burst of more energy here in the second half. And he has to pass to Plotz. It's up in the air. Ty goes ahead and brings it back down. Plotz coming in on the right side on the near sideline. Rolls to his left. Ball's knocked loose of his cross. Bad break for him, and it's still on the turf, however. Lamb is able to scoop it up. Great play by Dante Lamb. Takes a shove in the back by number 44. He gets the ball back, however. Now it's still on the turf. Lamb gets it in the air. He's got 44 on him, and we got a penalty. And we'll go over to Verona. So, Lamb called for the infraction going over the line, and it'll go over to Verona with 9:05 to go in the third quarter. 4-3, Verona leads over Pope John, number 7, charging up the near sideline. Good start here in the second half for Pope John. So able to cut the lead to 1. Marshall with the proximate goal to make it 4-3. You got Plotz all over number 1 now for Verona. Now to pass to number 10 out of his reach, and it goes towards the sideline. Still in bounds. He's able to scoop it in. Gervald on him. Here's number 10 for Verona. Now over to number 7. On the far sideline, you got Lamb defending him. 7 will race behind the net. Now stops, goes back to a trot. Now comes full speed. Lamb with the hit. Gives it off to number 1. Number 1 for Verona. Passes it back to number 10. Out of his reach. Goes towards the center line. And he's able to recover it before Pope John is able to jump on the ball coming across midfield.
Let's go, Nick.
So number 9 passes behind the net to number 7 for Verona. Lamb's defending him.
He's got the slide.
7 coming back up top. Lamb defending. Goes back towards the top of the field. Now over to number 10. Passes there. Gervald defending now to the left. The shot on goal. Goes wide left and out of bounds. Verona's closest, so they'll maintain possession. Again, the rule is if it goes on a shot out of bounds, past the back line, whoever has their player closest maintains possession or it goes over to the other team. Double team there, number 13. He loses the ball. It's on the turf. trying to pick it up. Plotz knocks him down, and the Wanamaker takes a spill. Ball goes over to number 1 for Verona. The shot on goal. Save by Michael Morelli. Great save by the Pope John netminder. And the ball goes over to Plotz. Here comes Plotz on the near sideline. Pass number 1. He's got a lane. Plotz coming in. Plotz with the pass across to Johnny Kranga. Kranga has it now on the left side. He slows things down. Kranga lets Pope John set the offense. Rolls it over to Lamb. Dante Lamb with it now up top. Pope John goes into their offensive scheme. 6:45 to go, third quarter. The Lions trail by 1. Lamb in a trot, moving to his right. Pass down low to Seeger in the corner. Jack Seeger, number 3 for Pope John. Marshall sets a pick. Here comes Seeger. Seeger in front of Kranga. It's loose in the crease area. Trying to scoop it up. There's Plotz. Takes the shot. It's deflected down, but Johnny Kranga is able to pick it up. So here's Kranga. Passes it back to Fiore. Fiore has it on the far sideline. 6:11 to go. We're in the third quarter here from Freedom Field in Verona Township, New Jersey. Pope John trails by a goal. 4-3. Verona on top. Here comes Lamb. Lamb looking to get the shot off. It's deflected down and saved by number 27 for Verona. Ball goes out of bounds, but Pope John will maintain possession. Here's Seeger. Gives it back to Kranga. Johnny Kranga with it. Kranga going behind the net. He's calling Marshall towards him. Kranga coming the other way. Kranga looking to turn around. He gives it to Lamb. Lamb looks to fire. He's in front. The shot. Wide right. Marshall racing for it. And he's closest, so Pope John will stay with the ball. 5.5 to go here. Third quarter. Pope John desperately looking for the tying goal. It's Verona 4, Pope John 3. Here's number 3 for Pope John, Jack Seeger. Seeger coming back out to the left. Passes it up top to Plotz. Ty Plotz on the far left side of the field. Plotz looking to run toward the middle. Comes back in, reverses course. Now goes back the other way. The shot wide right. Goes out of bounds. Marshall's closest. So Pope John will keep it. So Seeger will inbound the ball. Gives it to Kranga. Kranga has it behind the net. He'll go towards the near post. The shot on goal. He scores! Johnny Kranga is able to put it into the top left portion of the net. And the Lions have woken up completely. They are tied at 4. 4:57 to go, third quarter, and Pope John has tied things up. We've got a brand new game here at Freedom Field in Verona Township. Pope John, Verona, deadlocked at 4. So the comeback is complete. Now we'll see if Pope John can take the lead. It'll be number 30 taking the draw for Verona, and Dante Lamb coming out onto the field to oppose number 30 for the faceoff. On the referee's whistle. Here's the whistle, and it goes against Lamb and Pope John, and so Verona will take over. Number 30 will lead the charge up the field. Looking to cut in. He'll pass it off to number 13. Connor Clifford defending him. 13 down the sideline. Tied at 4 here, late third quarter, Pope John and Verona. 13 has it behind the net, looking to outland it out. So Kranga with a hat trick today. The ball's loose on the turf right in front of the crease, right in front of Morelli. Pope John looking to scoop it up. Can't do so. You got DiArco fighting for it. Clifford in there as well. Ball's still in the scrum. And it's picked up by number 7 for Verona. Plotz and DiArco all over him. They knocked the ball loose. And when Wanamaker picks it up, Pope John called for a foul. So 1-minute penalty on Wanamaker for a slash. And Verona with the power play. 4-4, Verona and Pope John here from Freedom Field in Verona Township, New Jersey. Mike Formisano calling today's action. Thanks so much for being with us. You should be out at Pope John High School tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 as the Lions will start their semifinal matchup against Heritage. That's at 4:30 from Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. Here's number 13 with it for Verona. Pass to 7 now to 1 up top. 1 will give it out to 0-0. Now down below, the shot on goal. He scores! Number 13 is able to tuck it in past Morelli and give Verona the lead back. 5-4, Verona Township leads over Pope John. 3:51 to go here. Getting towards the late stages of the third quarter, so Pope John will have to come back one more time. Face-off matchup the same as it has been most of the game. Number 30 for Verona and Dante Lamb, number 23 for Pope John. The Lions 8-0, looking to finish the regular season at a perfect 9 wins and no losses. However, they've got some work to do. Here's Lamb. He wins the draw. He's got 30 all over him. Can't shake him loose. Finally gives him a forearm and gets called for it. And so Verona will take possession. The fans not happy with it in the Pope John section. So here's 30. Marshall on him. He'll roll to his right towards the far sideline. Sun peeking out of the clouds now here. Now number 9 with it. Passes to number 10 below. Matt Riley defending him. That's 0-0 actually for Verona. So Riley all over him with the long pole. 0-0 looking to break loose. Can't do so. Riley all over him. Hey, knocks the ball loose and it's on the turf. Riley trying to scoop it up. Can't do so. Number 13 has it only briefly, though. And it's 0-0 with the shot. Saved by Morelli. However, it bounced into the back of the net. So Morelli got a piece of it, but went into the air, and it bounced over the goal line and into the back of the net. 6-4, Verona leads over Pope John. So out of that scrum, Verona getting a good break. And even though Morelli was able to get a piece of that, just not enough as it trickled over the goal line. And Verona with a 2-goal lead with 3:01 to go, third quarter. Here's a face-off. Lamb wins it, and Dante Lamb charges up the field to pass to Plotz. Here's Ty Plotz. Plotz rips it. It's wide, goes out of bounds, but Pope John with 2 players closest, Seeger and Marshall. So they will maintain possession now to Kranka. Kranka has 3 so far on the afternoon. We got a whistle on the play, and possession's going to go over to Verona. So Pope John loses possession, and Verona will take over with 2:44 to go, third quarter. Back to the goalkeeper, number 27, and he'll charge up the field with it. Number 27 for Verona. Past the midline. He continues bringing it up the field. Defense let him go through. He finally gets the ball to 0-0. The shot wide, left and out of bounds. And we'll see if Pope John was able to stay close. I don't believe they were. I think it goes over to Verona. Number 9 with it. So the goalkeeper for Verona was able to go all the way down the field, about 3/4 of the way. Finally passed it off and gave them a good opportunity. But they missed on the shot. Ball's knocked loose by Clifford. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be Pope John ball. Oh, Clifford with a good defensive play. And Pope John picks up possession. Here comes Plotz racing up the middle of the field. Ty Plotz, number 44, rips it. He bounces it over the crossbar and goes out of bounds. Marshall's closest, so Pope John will maintain. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Verona leading by a deuce, 6-4 over Pope John. Oh, it's actually Verona who will take over possession. They get the ball to the goalkeeper. That's Seeger all over him. He'll race out again. Looks to throw it downfield to number 17. Number 17 has it. He got Clifford on him. Now to number 13 on the far side. Over to 9. Pops out of his cross. And Boyanowski fighting for it now. So Nick Boyanowski is on the turf, trying to break loose with it. It's kicked over to the sidelines and out of bounds. And it will be Verona possession. Minute 31. Pope John came all the way back to tie this game at 4. However, Verona has scored the last 2 goals and has made it 6-4. Number 1 for Verona. Up top towards the far sideline, looking to break past Ty Plotz. Plotz knocks him down. We got a flag on the play. Delayed penalty against Pope John. Once they gain possession, referees will blow the whistle. Here's number 1 with the shot. Saved by Morelli. And it's loose. Number 13 trying to pick it up. You got Clifford all over him.
There you go, Ed. There you go.
Now you got Wanamaker trying to pick it up off the turf. You got Clifford in there. Now comes out to Verona, number 7 with the shot. Wide left. He tried to bounce it past Morelli. 13 with it. It's intercepted by Fiore, and with that comes the whistle and a penalty against Pope John. Oh, push called against Plotz. And the ball will go back over to Verona. 6-4. Pope John trails by 2 with 52.6 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Let's go, D. Let's play tough.
Ball will be inbounded by number 1 on the referee's whistle. Here it is. Nice stop clock. As Pope John making a late substitution, Diarco goes out. And now we start up. Here's number 1 for Verona. Here's the 13 up top. Rolls to his left, gives it to number 1. Now over to number 7. 7 down low to 17. Now back behind the net. Right behind the net, right on top of the crease. There's 0-0. Looking to fire. Can't get a good shot. Now number 1 up top. Number 1 fires. He scores. Morelli may have gotten a piece of it, but it still bounced in. And that will make it 7-4 Verona. So has Pope John met their match. 8 straight wins to start the season. In the last regular season game, they are staring defeat in the face. Down by 3 as we head towards the fourth quarter. 24 and a half seconds to go here in the third. And Pope John, who's already come back once, will have to do so again in order to finish their regular season perfect. Number 30 will take the draw for Verona against Dante Lamb. Number 23 for Pope John. 7-4, Verona leads. 24 and a half seconds to go. Lamb wins the draw, and he'll scoop it up. Lamb looking to get one more quick goal on the board here before time expires. Here's a pass to Marshall. Marshall with the backhand again. He scores again. Hayden Marshall with that backhand shot is able to put it past the goalkeeper. His second of the game, and a big one for Pope John as they cut the lead to 7-5. So Lamb winning the big face-off and getting the ball downfield with the pass in front of Marshall. Marshall's just able to go ahead and backhand that shot past number 27, a flick of the wrist. And Pope John on the board for their 5th goal. 12.9 seconds to go. And now Verona's lead cut to 2. Here's a face-off. Lamb wins it, scoops it up. It's got 10 seconds to go. Lamb racing down towards the goal. Past the Plotz, it's out of his reach. Goes towards the sidelines. I think he rushed it a little bit. Kraga picks it up, but they're out of time. There's the horn and the end of the third quarter. So, Pope John runs out of time trying to get the proximate goal there. However, Hayden Marshall's tally is able to cut the lead to 2. At the end of the third quarter, Verona leads over Pope John 7-5. We'll be back with fourth quarter action from Freedom Field in Verona Township right after this. Welcome back to Freedom Field in Verona Township, New Jersey, where the Pope John Lions trail Verona 7-5 in their last regular season game of 2023. Mike Forbesano calling today's action. Thanks so much for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning and afternoon. The last Sunday morning before Memorial Day weekend. We are racing towards summer. Pope John now going right to left on your screen in their blue uniforms, trimmed by gold and white. Dante Lamb taking the draw against number 30 for Verona, who's in their home whites, trimmed by crimson and gold. Lamb wins the draw, and he races up the field to start the fourth quarter. Now, rolls out to the far sideline, gives it to Plotz. Ty Plotz with it up top. Slows things down. Now pass it down low to Marshall. Marshall switches sides with Clifford. Pass to Kranga. Johnny Kranga's got 3 goals already. The shot on goal. He scores! From a strange angle as he was cutting across the field. He's able to rip that ball into the left portion of the net. And now it's 7-6. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a ball game once again. Pope John nails the proximate goal. Johnny Kranga is 4th in the game, with Hayden Marshall with a pair, and Pope John trails 7-6. Still plenty of time on the clock here. Lamb against 30 for the draw. Here it is. And an infraction against number 30, so Pope John will start it out. Plotz takes it. Lamb takes a breather out of the game. Ty Plotz racing up the middle of the field. He's got 2 defenders in front of him. About 15, 20 yards out from the goal. Plotz looks to run and is knocked out of his cross as he made a turn to the left. And here's Verona, number 44 with the long pole. He'll throw it down the field. It's bouncing towards the sideline. Number 7 looking to take over. And Seeger knocks into him and out of bounds. And possession will go over to Pope John. Here's Seeger with the pass over to Plotz. Great catch by Ty Plotz. He runs up the field over to Kranga. Kranga on the left wing. Kranga will race back towards the near sideline now. Kranga slowing things down, gives it out to Seeger. Jack Seeger, number 3, over to Plotz. Plotz, number 44, back to Lamb, who's in the game again. Lamb on the far side, now down low to Marshall. Marshall will race behind the net. Marshall will give it out to Kranga. Kranga looking to break in through the defense. Johnny Kranga with the shot. Deflected, and it goes out of bounds, but Marshall's closest. And so Pope John will maintain possession. 8:27 to go here, fourth quarter. Pope John trails by 1 goal, 7-6. Looking to avoid a blemish on their perfect season. They are 8-0 at this point. This is the last regular season game. Verona with the 1-goal lead. Here's Kranga on the near sideline. Number 6 defending him. Pass back up top to Plotz. Plotz slows it down. Pass down low. Intercepted by number 19 for Verona. It was intended for Marshall, but he kicked it forward and Lamb's able to recover. Good play by Dante Lamb on the far side. Now Lamb will slow it up. Got 44 on him. The pass back to his own number 44, Ty Plotz. Now to Seeger. Out of his reach. The ball's rolling toward the sideline, but Seeger's able to scoop it up before it gets past it. So here's Seeger over to Kranga. Johnny Kranga. Now back to Seeger. Seeger has it on the near sideline, being defended by number 7 for Verona. Fakes left. He goes to his right. He gives it over to Lamb. Lamb up top. Lamb goes to the left, now to his right, trying to get around the defense. Lamb with the pass to Plotz. Plotz in low. It's deflected down. Lamb's able to slice that away, but only briefly as Verona recovers. Number 44, and it's swatted like a hockey stick all the way down the field. It goes into Pope John territory, 0-0, and Evan Wanamaker fighting for it. Now 0-0 for Verona. The pass denied. He's got a lane, a shot. He scores. So, as number 9 was going to his right, Morelli went with him, and he went just a little too far, created an opening on the left side of the net. Number 9 able to bounce that in. But with 7:01 to go, Verona lengthens their lead to 2, 8-6. Just over 7 minutes to go. So, Lamb will take the draw against number 30 for Verona. Lamb wins it. He's able to scoop it up. And they charge into Verona territory. Here's Plotz on the far side. Into Marshall. He gets knocked into, but recovers. Scoops it over to Plotz. Plotz racing in. Plotz with the shot. Saved by the netminder for Verona, number 27. And he passes it out to 41. 41 with the long pole. Clifford all over him. 41 breaks past and into Pope John territory. Here's number 41 cutting in towards the goal. He's got a lane. The pass across field. The shot. He scores. 0-0. Is able to bury it. And a celebration at the end where Verona is able to make it 9-6. 6:26 to go. Fourth quarter. Well, Pope John was able to cut it to 1, but now Verona with a pair of goals themselves has widened their lead to 9-6. So the face-off draw will be the same as it has. Lamb against number 30. 6:26 to go, fourth quarter. Sun peeking out of the clouds again. It's getting hot out here. There's Lamb who slides down for the ball, sacrificing his body. Great effort. However, not to be, as Verona is able to take possession. Here's number 1 charging up the field. Pope John players giving their all here. And so is Verona. They're able to stay poised as Pope John has come back twice on them.
Come on, Nick.
Verona is able to widen their lead a second time. Ball's in the air, and Plotz recovers. Here's Ty Plotz up the right side. Near side of the field. Plotz has got number 6 on him. And he passes it off to Kranka. Johnny Kranka on the near side, on the left. 5:40 and counting to go. Fourth quarter. Verona 9, Pope John 6. Kranka passes to Plotz. Plotz has it on the near side. Number 30 defending him. Coming in on goal. The shot saved by number 27. Got a piece of that. It bounced over to the right. Marshall trying to scoop it up. We got a whistle. Push off on Pope John, and so possession will go over to Verona. So the goalkeeper for Verona coming up with a big save there to keep it 9-6. The pass downfield to number 19. It's out of his reach, but it's bouncing and slowing up, so he's able to gain possession. Number 19 over to number 9, and we got another push. Oh, timeout. That's what it is. Timeout by Verona with 5:09 remaining, fourth quarter. And they hold a 9-6 lead over Pope John. We'll take a timeout as well. Fourth quarter, 9-6 Verona. We'll be back with the remaining 5:09 in this one right after this. Welcome back to Freedom Field in Verona Township, New Jersey, where the Pope John Junior Lions trail Verona 9-6. Mike Formisano here, calling today's game. Thanks so much for joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon here in northern New Jersey. 1 week out from Memorial Day. And the kids only have about 3 more weeks till the end of school. Father's Day, 4th of July, and summertime full blast. So for Pope John, they are looking to finish the regular season at a perfect 9-0, but they got their work cut out for them, trailing by 3 with 5:09 to go here in this 4th stanza. The ball will be inbounded by Verona. Number 10 will do the honors on the referee's whistle. And here we go. You got Evan Wanamaker on him. Pass into number 13, now back to 10. 10 drops low below the goal. Still in the near corner, now racing to the other side of the field. Wanamaker on him. He reverses course. Now goes back again toward the far side, trying to break free of number 1 for Pope John, Evan Wanamaker. The pass into number 7, defended by Diarco. Good defense by Sal. Ball's on the turf, trying to scoop it up. It's still on the turf, and Verona's able to pick it up. Number 7 for Verona with 4:37 to go. They don't have to rush. They've got a 3-goal lead, so they'll take their time if they need to. Here's number 10. Pope John needs to pick up the pace here. Here's a shot by number 1. Saved by Morelli. Mike Morelli with a huge save, maybe his biggest of the game. Here's number 1 with the shot on goal, and it goes wide left and out of bounds. Verona will maintain possession with 4:16 to go. Still up by 3. Clock starts to wind down. Here's number 13 with it. He breaks in. He's got Kranka on him. Now to pass out to number 1 for Verona. Diarco on him. Now runs to the middle of the field. The shot on goal. Saved by Morelli. It's knocked down. Another big save by Michael Morelli. Now to pass over to number 10. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Pope John possession. So the Lions get possession at a big time, and now they have to put the work in to try and get the 3 goals needed to tie this thing up. Here is Wanamaker. Wanamaker back to Morelli, who has it in his crease, being defended by Verona. Got a piece of it, number 13 did, and now takes a shot high over the crossbar and rolling towards the sideline. It goes out of bounds. So Verona will maintain possession. 3:33 to go. 4th quarter. Number 9, they'll pass it in to number 10 behind the net. Andrew Jessamaria into the game, and he's defending number 10 now. Now 10 comes out, the shot on goal goes wide and out of bounds. Verona's closest to it. Nick Boyanowski made an effort. Number 9 will inbound. 3:16 to go. 4th quarter. Verona with a 3-goal lead. Number 13 has it behind. Riley on him. 13 will slow it up. Go back towards the corner. Riley defending. Number 10 trying to set a pick. 13 racing in. He's got 12 all over him now. Jessamaria. And it's picked up by Riley, but the ball's still on the turf. It's bouncing loose. And there's Jessamaria. Andrew Jessamaria picks it up. However, we got a whistle on the play. It is against Verona, so Pope John. Nope, timeout. No motioning in that direction. It's actually a timeout by Pope John as Jessamaria is able to pick that ball up off the turf. So 2:51 to go. Timeout on the field by Pope John. We'll take one as well. 9-6. Verona leads over Pope John. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Freedom Field in Verona Township, New Jersey. For Pope John, Junior Lion Lacrosse, Mike Formisano here, calling today's action. Verona with a 3-goal lead here in the late stages of the 4th quarter, looking to hang on. Pope John down by 3 will look to turn on the offense, try and get this game tied in the next 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Tall order, we'll see if they can do it. They do have the ball. And we start on the referee's whistle. Here's Dante Lamb with it. Lamb, number 23, takes a swipe. Now another. Rolls past 3 defensemen. Gets into Verona territory. The pass downfield. just out of the reach, and it goes to the netminder for Verona. Number 27, he's got plots on him as he leaves the crease. Now to try to swipe at him, but he throws it all the way downfield. Home run pass to 00, and he's able to catch it. So 00 has it on the far side. He's looking to break in. The shot on goal. No, pass over to number 9. Number 9 with the shot. Wide left. And it goes over to Pope John. There is Jesse Maria over to Plotz. Plotz can't handle the pass. He now scoops it up. 2:05 to go. Plotz into Verona territory. The pass to Kranga. Kranga with the shot. Saved by the netminder. Marshall tried to pick it up, scoop it up. There's Seeger. Its ball's loose in the crease. And it's recovered by the Verona netminder. Lost opportunity for Pope John. Verona will take it back up the field. Here's number 1. Pass out to 17. Looking to break in. It's knocked out of his cross. He picks it back up. 17 on the right wing now. 17 gives it to 00. Boyanowski closing in on him. They'll reverse course. Now go back to the far corner. Out to number 13. Lamb defending. Number 1 up top. He got plots on him. Takes a shove with a whistle. It's going to be against Verona, and Pope John will take over possession. 1 minute, 22 seconds to go. The Lions trail by 3 to Verona. So it'll be Lamb who starts it up, and there's the whistle to begin play. Lamb with the pass over to Kranga. Johnny Kranga runs past the defense. Down the near sideline. Kranga looking to break in. Kranga back up top. The shot on goal. Saved by the netminder for Verona, number 27. And he throws it all the way down the field, right in our direction. And it goes out of bounds, where Pope John will take over. Seeger has it now with 1:03 to go. Seeger passes to Lamb. Lamb over to Plotz. Plotz has it. He'll go ahead and cut in. Ty Plotz with the shot high over the crossbar. Missed by about 10 feet. Goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Verona possession there closest to the ball. 53.5 seconds to go. Pope John running out of time here. Pass across field to number 19. Seeger racing to get to him. Now number 13 off to number 10. 44 seconds to go. Breaking towards the net. Over to 00. It's loose. Through the crease. It goes over to number 9. The ball's on the turf. Boyanowski trying to scoop it up. You got Lamb in there as well. Boyanowski's able to take it away. Gives it to Morelli. Morelli with 28 seconds. Morelli will throw it down the field to Plotz. Plotz with it with 24. Plotz coming into the middle of the field. Plotz with the pass over to Wanamaker. The shot. He scores. Evan Wanamaker's able to bury it in the back of the net. And Pope John cuts the lead to 9-7. But only 18.3 seconds to go. Well, Pope John will have to be quick on trying to pull up to 1. So a goal by Wanamaker, his first of the afternoon, along with Kranga's 4 and Marshall's 2. But it may not be enough. 9-7, Verona leads with just 18.3 ticks on the clock. Lamb will take the draw against number 30. Pope John's going to need a clean win from Lamb on this and get the ball down the field in a hurry. Here's the face-off. Scrum for it. Lamb wins it, but pushes it forward, and Verona's able to recover. Lamb gives a hit to number 10, but he gets the pass off, and it goes all the way down the field to number 9. They race towards the back line. It goes out of bounds. 5.3 seconds to go. It will be Pope John possession. Boyanowski has it on the whistle. Passes it all the way down the field. Over to Seeger. Seeger gets a piece of it. However, there's the horn. And Verona has broken Pope John's winning streak at 8. Verona Township captures the victory today, 9-7. An amazing effort by both teams. Verona playing their hearts out, coming back and grabbing the lead after Pope John had tied it, and then hanging on to a 1-goal lead by padding it with 2 insurance goals. Pope John getting a late goal by Evan Wanamaker with 18 seconds to go, but it wasn't enough. Great effort by Pope John, just not enough to get over the finish line today. And so what they'll have to do, they'll have to forget about it very quickly, as tomorrow they've got the semifinals of the Greater Morris County Tournament Championship, and they will take on Heritage in that matchup. Please join us at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. So let's forget about this one and move on to Monday afternoon to the semifinals. Pope John and Heritage, 4:30 tomorrow from Pope John High School. Please join us for that. So for everyone here in Verona Township at Freedom Field, this is Mike Formasano saying thanks for joining us. Final score once again, Verona Township defeats Pope John 9-7 and snaps the Lions' 8-game win streak. Have a good afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow for the semifinals of the Greater Morris County Tournament Championship, Pope John versus Heritage at Pope John High School. Have a good afternoon, everyone.